The next presenter is Lake State.
Comrade First Vice President of the Republic, Victoria Deng, and Chair of Governance Cluster, Your Excellencies, Vice Presidents, Honorable Speaker of the Council of State, National Ministers, Your Excellencies, the Governors and Chief Administrators, the Special Representative of the UN Secretary General, diplomatic corps, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Your Excellency, thank you for the opportunity to present the reports of the government of Lagos State to the participants of the 8th Governance Forum. State profiles, I will be brief because it is being repeated several times in the forums. Lagos State is situated in the heart of South Sudan. It is bordered by Central Equatorial State, Jonglei State, Unity State, Warab State, and Western Equatorial State. We have 8 counties and 49 bayams. Population, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, is 1,924,342. Tribes that are inhabiting Lagos State, usually we have 2, but we have an increment of other tribes that we found out this year. They are Dinka, Bele, Gure, Sofi, Munga. 5 tribes in Lagos State. The livelihoods, they are agro-pastoralist. But that is brief state profiles. Key support and facilitation from the national government. 1, the state government receives budgetary support from the national government in form of conditional transfer to the line ministries, state block transfer and county block grants, sale tax, adjustment grants, conditional salary, and operational cost transfer. Capitation grant to schools, cash transfer to girls, and hard-to-reach incentive to teachers. 2, train extension workers, providing emergency seats and tools to local communities, and installing an automatic weather broadcasting station and agrometeorological equipment, trucks, supplies, incentive for health workers, and improvement in health service facilities, construction, and staff training. Ongoing construction and renovation of schools by the National Ministry of General Education and partners. A school under construction, we have National Linguistic Institute in Yerul West County. We have Konanok Secondary School in Awarial County, due to be complete. Pankar Secondary School Laboratory in Yerul West County. Lekakudu Secondary School in Yerul East. 4 classroom blocks in Tiap Primary School in Quebec County. 4 classroom blocks in Mabor School in Rumbek North. 4 classroom blocks in Agergum and Mayon Primary Schools in Rumbek Central County. A school under renovation. We have Rumbek National Secondary School, a good primary school in Rumbek East County, Panakar Secondary School in Yerul West, Rumbek National Teachers Training Institute. One of the key support from the national government is construction of Barakazal road network by the National Ministry of Roads and Bridges. That is Juba Terkeka, Yero Rumbek, Mbolo, Rumbek Tonj. A strategic achievement in the state. Despite the difficulties we have at the government, this year we have this achievement. We have passed the budget of 2024-25 fiscal year, that is 21,975,875,964 South Sudanese pounds, reflecting the 400% salary increment and 5% as directed by the National Ministry of Finance. 2, the State Ministry of Finance and UNDP have trained tax officers. 3, establish procurement committees composed of 175 members in the state institutions and counties. Implement a strategic audit plan to review state tax payers' collections. Law and order is restored, peaceful coexistence within and with our neighboring communities. Held intra-state communal peace dialogue between the communities of Yerul East, Rumbek North, Pinyijar County in Unity State, and Tueny East County of Warab State, which has helped in reducing cattle rates and communal violence over the first month. Another achievement is reorganization and trained the law enforcement agencies, particularly the police. Renovation of Rumbek Freedom Squad. Construction of county office in Yerul East. Complete renovation of Joybed and Yerul West Town Council offices, and construction of two traditional authority courts in Rumbek East, and renovation of Rumbek North Commissioner Office by the UNIMIS. Renovation of 7 health facilities, improved immunization campaign, and cold chain for EPI vaccination. Another achievement is eye care service improved, and with 68% of targeted patients operated. The flood response task force successfully regulated movement of the cattle and peacefully hosted the floods IDP from neighboring states in Yang, Gwalior, Akot, and Mabor County. Co-founded 3-month training of 50 local government officials with the support from the UNDP. Increase financial support to the State Ministry of Health to cater for employees not paid by the national government. Screen out unfunctional schools, recruited 1,018 qualified teachers for both primary and secondary school. Trained and graduated 96 service teachers with certificate and promoted 74 undergraduate service teachers with certificate. Improve learning space in the schools. Increase enrollment in primary and secondary school from 88,617 learners in 2022-2023 to 165,327 in 2023-24 as a result of the implementation of the presidential order dated 6 February 2024 for free and compulsory education in the country. Train 1,780 youth in various capacity building skills. Strengthen unity among the youth through wrestling, football, basketball, and special needs sports. Maintaining 3 security posts at Miraya in the border with Central Equatorial State, Alel Junction, Ramshell, and Malone Page border with the Tueny South County, Warab State. Strategic challenges. 1, constraint in the implementation of 2023-24 fiscal year budget due to salary delay. Well, a bigger mafi kulu that. 2, the county development grant not transferred by the National Ministry of Finance and Planning. 3, Kirmayadit Women Hospital faces shortage in supply of essential drugs, fuel for running the generator, which consume 1 drum of diesel per a day and further. The staff have not been paid their incentive by the UNICEF for 5 months. That is July, August, September, October, and November. Another challenge, insufficient flow of local revenue due to the high cost of living. Lack of training and capacity building. The state still depend on Chapter 1 budget, no Chapter 3 and 2. Another challenge is many resolutions and recommendations of the fifth 7 governance forum were not implemented by the national government. Farmers face limited access to credit facilities, modern irrigation system, and storage facility. Negative climate factors, floods and droughts, pests and diseases affect crops, yield, and markets. The state faces the challenges of reliance on imported seeds, fund for agricultural development, maintenance of tractors, and lack of agricultural research and training centers. Challenge Tueny, that is insufficient humanitarian assistance to IDPs, particularly in Awarial, Yerul East, Rumbek East, Rumbek North, Rumbek Center, and Payabet counties. Funding constraints for humanitarian agencies and lack of agricultural input further worsen the situation. Challenge Kabir, delay of salary for civil servants and organized forces continue to affect moral, work performance, and increase crime. Kalam maya da jama kalam saab soy. Ma bigger delay, bigger ma fi kulu kulu. And Comrade First Vice President in Lake State, we have 13,980 workforce. We have been promising this workforce every month, and you wait, be patient, salary is coming. We got 1 year now. As leaders in this country, what is this? What is this? Nano machine win. Salary, you are buying service. Menzol. Without, I don't know how to describe our people, the South Sudanese, because when you say they are resilient, 1 year, it's a barakida. Namantogo as a leader. Another Ijaba, Comrade First Vice President. When I go back from here, what do I tell these 13,000 workforce? Nagulom shuno. Bam signas fadia ayanan. When you fly a flag with Najda, it's a marching. We have been telling the nafs of you Najda. What am I doing now? The Nas Del. Another forum there. To couldn't resolution. Nashilula state or administrative areas, Bitana, Besura Wada. Because lo mafi wudua, mafi clarity, le zol butak, zol basit, the kafir. And we experienced that of the room in the first day. The dream can't have one hidden. But Ajad is serious. As governors, we are not talking of delay. We got 1 year in a month. Umama rubs out the Benjamin. Their immediate solution. It is an emergency. I will not say it is a challenge, but it is a disaster. A challenge Tueny there on skill human resource. Challenge Tueny is inadequate health service due to shortage of medicine, professional workers, and welfare motivation. Another observation from the first Vice President, the program أنا ما شايف presentation بتاع وزير صح وده line ministries كنا عايزين نكون موجودين عشان نورينا ذاته صح بتاعنا ده ماشي وين ولا يعملوا شنو. In the state, from the first Vice President طبعا دي NGOs ومن سنة الفات ومن فات إذا كان سالت نفسك براك أنا كان بقيت أيان جنرال رين governor بتاع state ده منظمة يا بالي طبعا أنا كان بسأل وزير بتاع ساهن إنه هم شغالين في شنو. Another line ministry ما في program the Ministry of General Education. Education is one of the major services. The NAS بتاعنا تيدي نار. Alhamdulillah, they are struggling. كان في حركة زي مدارس أنا ذكرت قبل ده مجهودات منهم وأنا بشكر Honorable Awud Minister of General Education because بذل مجهود بتاعه. Another وزير برضه بتاع public service ما فيني وده الناس نانو محتاجين له في الستيت. كان ده الناس program يعملوا إن شاء الله دور تاني ناس يكونوا part of the program. وكان في زمان برضه we want to listen because صح education ده هو حاجات مهم لنا بينات. أنا شفت Ministry of Road هنا and it is good. كلمنا بعدين أنا شارع يقدر الدمية اللي كان ماشي ده مويه لقبت معنا تمام بكسر بجاي بقطع بجاي that's up. Another challenge the inadequate learning space for pupils as a result of high enrollment, particularly in primary schools. Challenge tani, high illiteracy rate among the youth. Lack of clean drinking water for the people in rural areas is the challenge. The recent floods displaced the lowland communities, destroyed farms, crops, and caused food insecurity and waterborne diseases for both animal and human in Lagos State. Whether Sebana del Jasana de Maadi, and I'm not sure to amend my Uludoni. I'm tired of Nazil, Lehas, water mashi, Resura the Gilgiden. Would there be Asher Mana Mubashiran, Fi Wilaya Boherat, Bagara, I couldn't do Muskila, Udura Zat, I couldn't do Muskila. Or maybe we expect some security problems because Betabagar actually highlands or highlands, they are mal Betazira in the Nahinar. But it has squeezed our population into a very small area. Would they show us up? Tabana Mana Machudat Betana Mahali to mitigate crisis Betat El Flatsta. Ulehasa. We are still waiting intervention with the National Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster. Lisa Maja, who can't be budget passed for the Council of Ministers, but it comes 75 million will come. Lisa Sama was a Walapan Wai. When I is Verdu, Alfedanad, Alamustawa Batadola, Nakunu Jadin, Ashan Nesayed Morfidin. Betana. One more this up. Feel like with our feeder roads, influx with our IDPs who occupy the school, we are Mongoping, our court, and Yerul East is the great challenge. Way forward. One, continue to sustain peace, justice, security, and rule of law in the state. نحن شغالين في أجادة بليل بنار والحمد لله نحن ماشيين. Number two is strengthen law enforcement agencies. 3, National Ministry of Finance and Planning to pay salary, arrears, and arrears to civil servants before the end of the fiscal year as required by law. Implementation of public procurement and disposal of assets by the authority. Strengthen local revenue collection across the state. Developmental partners to continue with the capacity building in the state and counties. National government and development partners to carry out an urgent assessment and provide necessary assistance to the people affected by the floods. Complete Barghazal road construction and bridges to ensure the passage of water floods period, as well as training local communities to report to and mitigate climate crisis effectively. Increase the school communication network to improve security within the interior and along the borders. Intensified security presence and patrols along the border and hotspot areas to maintain peace and security. The national government should increase funding for the development of the state agricultural sector, support the establishment and renovation and construction of agricultural training centers. The national government, food and agricultural organization should promote locally produced seeds, provide fuel and subsidies to Lagos State farmers, and extend direct foreign investment in agriculture. The national government to ensure adequate resources are allocated to the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management to address the humanitarian challenges or disaster. Stakeholders must increase the climate change mitigation effort. The national government should prioritize agriculture for food. The governance forum to come up with a very clear method of implementation of resolutions and commit to implement the remaining resolutions of the 5th, 6th Governance Forum. Open feeder roads to enhance service delivery. Continue to prepare and orient citizens for the forthcoming election in December 2026. Construction of concrete school buildings and increased learning space. To conclude, the stabilization of the security situation in Lagos State has allowed our people to return to their homes and focus more on production activity, such as food production and taking children back to schools. And this is a big factor in fostering national cohesion. We appeal to the Artigunum and our people to implement, maintain peace, rule of law and order. improve economic performance of the country, embrace diversity and peaceful coexistence in the transitional government, and conduct election in December 2026.